Bring in Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick. He joins us now. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here, sir. So what can you tell us about expectations as far as when we do see at least some of the businesses in Texas reopen later this week?
Well, like all the men out there, I need a haircut, and all the ladies, I know they want to get in the salon, and we want to get there as quickly as we can without question. You know, Sandra, the reason we were able to do this and we're leading the country is because it's a team effort. And the most important people on the team are the people of Texas, 29 million people who have taken this seriously, followed our state guidelines, and have put us in this position. And what I said yesterday at the press conference was we need them to continue. We're not mandating, for example, as some local jurisdictions are, mask, and our executive orders yesterday override those local orders. But what we're saying to people is that we recommend you wear a mask. We still recommend you safe distancing because we want to get full into our economy as quickly as we can. We want restaurants, I used to be in the restaurant business, to be at 100% so they can hire all of their employees back. We want all these businesses to be open. And to do that, we're going to need the team effort from the people of Texas. They've been great so far. Look, Sandra, we are, and every life is precious, and every death is so important to every family who's lost a loved one. But as we look at this, per capita, 29 million people, we've lost a little under 700 people. About 75%, as the governor said yesterday, 70 plus, had a lot of health issues. And so we're looking at this, and we believe that our Texans have done a good job of keeping this virus down. And we think per capita, we're the lowest death rate in the world, pretty much. And that's how we're looking at. Hospitalizations are flat. Death is a very low number. It's time to get back to work. And for everyone under 50 who have a very unlikely chance of getting seriously sick, you know, they can get back out there. Just wear a mask and be careful, but they can get back out there. And over 70, be careful. Wear a mask, stay in a little bit longer, as the governor said, but we're ready to go, get up and run in full speed very quickly.
But of course, the delicate balance is those younger folks could spread it to the older folks or to the more vulnerable population. And I know you're making a reference to comments you made several weeks ago early in the process that you were highly criticized for, that you, in essence, were willing to sacrifice some lives to keep the economy going or to at least reopen. So how confident are you at this stage in the game that this is the right move for Texas and that this does not jeopardize lives to reopen at least some of these businesses?
Well, first of all, we're not telling any business they have to open. We're not telling any person they have to go to that business. It's their choice. This is a starting point. But on the comments you just made, Sandra, that's not what I said. I didn't say we were willing to sacrifice lives, and that's what the left has said and spun it. As Tucker has said, you know, that's where I did the interview, as he said, totally mistaken out of not only context, but just misreported. And could I have artfully said it better? Maybe, but everyone knew what I meant. And that's that this is a shared effort by all of us. And we have to protect our vulnerable population of seniors, but we have to open up the economy at the same time. We can do both things at once. I'm a senior. And as I said, you know, we all need to be careful. Seniors need to be careful, but we don't have to shut the economy down at the same time we're opening it up. You know, I have this watering hole theory, Sandra, and it's this. You know, everyone goes to the water hole in the old days, or they bring back water to everyone. Well, our modern day watering hole, Sandra, is the grocery store. And since day one, when this started in America, in Texas, all 29 million of us have been to the grocery store, or we live with someone who's come back from the grocery store. And we haven't seen this huge outbreak at the grocery stores. And I think the unsung heroes of all this, besides our healthcare workers and frontline police and firemen, responders, are our grocery workers who put themselves at risk. But we've all gone to the grocery store, Sandra. You have, or somebody in your household has, and we haven't seen this huge outbreak of overwhelming our hospitals. We haven't seen this huge outbreak in Texas of deaths. Obviously, New York and New Jersey are different. But if we can all go to the grocery store, which we've all been doing in this country, all of us have been doing that, or living with someone who did, and we haven't had this massive outbreak that we were all told we were going to have, well, then why can't we go to any store? Because any store owner in any business is just as smart as the grocery store. They can do it the same way.
To be sure,
so we've all been to the watering hole together.
To be sure, we've seen an overwhelming amount of deaths and illnesses in this country as a result of this. But The grocery store could be a different scenario, right? Because you can social distance when you walk in the door there. The point is that salons and spas and barber shops, you can't.
Sure, you can.
Go ahead,
Sandra, leave it up. We have to leave it up to the American people and the American business person to set that up. People are smart. And the hair salons and the barber shops and all these other businesses that are now opening, they'll be smart. Look, people aren't going to go to a place that's not safe. So it's incumbent upon we, as the public, to be customers to get our economy started. And it's incumbent upon those businesses we go to be smart and make people feel safe so they'll come. My point is, if you can do it in the grocery store where we've all been, there's no denying that. Everyone in America has been there or lives with someone. Then why can't we do that in every place and every business and leave it up to the private sector? The difference between the Republicans and the Democrats in this, not to be partisan, if you look at all the states and all the counties and all the cities with these draconian efforts, it's Democrats.
And I'm going to have to wrap you there, but
sure.
I'm sorry to talk over you. I'm going to have to wrap you there. Obviously, the medical community has said the idea was to flatten the curve and so only go out if you have to.
We have in Texas.
And that would be going to the grocery store.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's great to have you on. We'll follow up with you. We're watching what's happening in your state as some of those businesses start to reopen. Thanks so much, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Thank you. Ed?
Fox News Alert now. Thanks, Sandra. Conflicting reports fueling more speculation over the